Doomscroll.fm. Live on Monday, the 15th of June, 2026, where the clouds are made of cotton candy and the pigeons are plotting. This is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, like a cat that thinks it's a philosopher. And now, for some views, click like and subscribe.
US bombs Iran's key facilities, then calls it negotiation. When diplomacy involves airstrikes, you have to wonder if the ceasefire talks include a buy one get one free deal on destruction.
Scott McTominay recovers from illness, then readies for Haiti clash. Scotland's hopes hinge on a midfielder who just beat a gastric bug. Let's hope his stomach isn't the only thing holding strong under pressure.
Jonathan Tah finally plays first World Cup at 30 despite vast experience. When soccer makes you wait like a customer service line, the irony is that patience isn't a virtue, it's just a lack of options.
Developer builds game engine in D after hitting Godot's limits.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees. Radio.bot, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bot, find it on Steam.
Budgetown, USA lures tourists with sweet promises, forgets reality. Beneath the sugar-coated facade lies a town struggling to preserve its charm while drowning in a sea of selfie sticks and parking meters.
In a war where loyalties shift like desert sands, the only constant is the suffering of civilians caught in the crossfire of power-hungry leaders.
Thai court sentences 2 Uyghur men to death for Erawan shrine bombing. Questions linger over justice served. In the theatre of justice, the verdict often plays to an audience of skepticism, leaving truth as the uninvited guest at the execution.
PUC report claims AI inflates medical bills, not reduces them. Instead of automating savings, AI seems to have found a way to automate the inflation of healthcare costs, proving once again that technology's promise often comes with a hefty price tag.
Negotiating peace while reminiscing about past bloodshed is like trying to build a bridge with explosives. The foundation might hold, but the tremors are inevitable.
With a strategy that swings like a weather vane in a tornado, Trump's Iran policy leaves allies and adversaries equally bewildered and wary.
Australia defeats South Africa. Critics label it just another game. In the world of sports, one team's crucial win is another's routine loss, like celebrating a Tuesday for simply existing.
Israeli airstrikes kill one in South Lebanon. Ceasefire ignored, displacement orders issued. When ceasefires have the lifespan of a mayfly, maybe it's time to redefine peace as something other than a temporary lull between bombings.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
They are rules done as Paraguay's Almiron booked for diving. Decision feels right, logic feels wrong. When technology leaves everyone scratching their heads, maybe it's time to admit that machines can't always interpret the art of theatrical plotting.
Trump warns Israel and Iran of the strikes threaten ceasefire deal. When your peace plan is a house of cards,
When your ranks lower, every victory feels like a heist, and Bolter just pulled off the tennis equivalent of robbing Fort Knox.
Warlords seize power in Russia, Israel, US then claim stability. When the world is run by those who think diplomacy is a board game, expect peace talks to come with extra dice rolls and betrayal.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees. Radio.bot, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bot, find it on Steam.
UAE denies supporting RSF and Colombian recruits in Sudan war contradiction. When accusations fly faster than bullets, the truth is often the first casualty, leaving denials as the only currency in a conflict-driven economy.
World Cup hosting costs billions, then taxpayers foot the bill. A billion-dollar spectacle for a few weeks of glory, while public services beg for change, and citizens get jerseys instead of justice.
Truck carrying fireworks ignites on Tennessee highway, then traffic halts for explosive show. When your commute turns into a 4th of July preview, you realize life's unpredictability is the only free entertainment worth watching.
Indonesian students' protest policies clash with economic strain, resist government. When education meets desperation, the streets become classrooms and the syllabus is written in chants and banners, demanding accountability from those who prefer silence.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees. Radio.bot, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bot, find it on Steam. Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees. Radio.bot, and the cost is...
Elon Musk becomes world's first trillionaire as SpaceX shares skyrocket, redefining wealth. When one man's wealth eclipses entire nations, it's time to question if capitalism's endgame is a dystopian monopoly board where only one player wins.
Labor pledges to increase defense spending, then cuts social programs. When your national budget is a zero-sum game, every pound for missiles is one less for meals, but at least the bombs will be well funded.
Russian attacks kill 9, then damage historic Kyiv Cathedral. When missiles double as history erasers, you know diplomacy has taken a backseat to desecration, trading UNESCO heritage for a few more lines in a war diary.
Tech enthusiast revives corroded Commodore ESC64, defies odds.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC.
USA crushed Paraguay but still struggled to join World Cup elite. Winning a match is like buying an expensive suit. It looks good, but doesn't guarantee you'll get invited to the elite party.
"19 arrested for Northern Ireland disorder. House targeted in arson." When your neighborhood bonfire attempts to rival the sun, maybe it's time to reconsider the definition of community event.
When tech meets football, it's not just about scoring goals, it's about making sure your GPS knows when to celebrate.
When peace is a headline but details are MEA, remember that optimism is the cheapest commodity in diplomacy.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot. No subscription fees. Radio.bot. And the cost is next to free. Radio.bot. Find it on Steam.
Thomas Partey blocked from Canada entry, FIFA stays silent on visa issue. When a star player gets benched by bureaucracy, it's a reminder that the real power play happens off the field.
In the cosmic quest to cool computers, even the vacuum of space isn't big enough to chill Silicon Valley's overheated expectations.
Australia imposes social media ban for under 16s, Australia Plus they say. When censorship wears a friendly name, you know it's trying too hard to hide the iron fist beneath the koala suit.
When your welcome mat turns into a doormat, repatriation becomes the only travel plan not requiring a survival kit.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees. Radio.bot, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bot, find it on Steam. Radio.bot.
Elon Musk set to become first trillionaire with SpaceX IPO on Friday. When your bank account hits 12 zeros, you start buying planets instead of yachts, because why not own your own orbit?
Sir Jeffrey Donaldson denies meeting sex abuse accuser, calls it a nip-in-the-bud tactic. When denial becomes the strategy, maybe it's time to hire a gardener for all those budding accusations.
FBI warns many FIFA World Cup ticket sites are fake, scamming fans online. Buying a ticket to see Messi could land you with the front row seat to your own financial disaster.
Sahel military juntos crush freedoms and democracy, calling it stability with a straight face. When leaders think democracy is just a trendy buzzword, it's like calling a dictatorship a surprise party and forgetting to invite the people.
Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees. Radio.bot, and the cost is next to free. Radio.bot, find it on Steam. Radio.bot makes music on your PC. Radio.bot, no subscription fees.
UN report claims fewer people flee homes despite ongoing conflicts.
When the world measures progress by a slight decrease in desperation, it's like celebrating a candle in a hurricane for not blowing out.
World Bank warns US-Iran war sinks global economy to post-COVID lows. Somehow, we found a way to make a pandemic recovery look like a golden age. It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck, with oil barrels as the new currency.
Iran postpones Khamenei's burial to July, citing war. Even in death, the politics of timing rules the day, proving that the afterlife waits for no man but the state's agenda.
Zinnia kernel reimagines Unix-like systems using Rust, avoids unsafe code with modern extensions. In a world where safety is an afterthought, Zinnia dares to dream of a future where your desktop doesn't spontaneously combust.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, your insomnia's personal trainer. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Dive deeper where your sense of self unravels like a cheap sweater.
Canada scores first World Cup point, then still can't access content.
FDA approves screwworm pill, then calls it a breakthrough. When the parasite's more persistent than the policy, you know it's time for bureaucratic heroics disguised as emergency solutions for man's furry friends.
FDA grants emergency use for screwworm meds, but your pet safety remains uncertain. When the cure sounds like a horror movie title, maybe it's time to question who's really benefiting from these emergency authorizations.
HagSef dismisses war crime question as disingenuous, then deflects to media bias. When accountability gets labeled as deception, you know someone's playing dodgeball with the Geneva Conventions and hoping nobody notices the foul.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your panic tastes like honey, sweet and sticky. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Trust is a currency, and we've just declared bankruptcy on your soul.
Irish pub flips flag to support Ivory Coast, then embraces new identity. When life gives you a flag crisis, turn it upside down and pretend you're someone else. It's like cosplay for national pride.
Messi scores within minutes on return. Argentina wins 3-0 against Iceland in Alabama. Messi comes off the bench like a superhero late to the scene, proving even his injuries are merely plot twists in his saga.
UN torture rapporteur exposes October 7 horrors. Colleagues dilute truth. When truth is a bitter pill, it's amazing how many prefer sugar-coated denial to the raw medicine of reality.
FBI constructs replica town to simulate cyber attacks, calls it innovation. When Big Brother builds a dollhouse to practice playing God, you know we're living in a dystopian novel with a bloated budget.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your existential dread, now with extra pixels. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Your dreams are just reruns, and you're not the star.
SpaceX finalizes IPO price at $135 a share, calls it historic. When your IPO is bigger than a small nation's GDP, You can almost hear the champagne bottles popping on Mars.
Kelly English assigns meaning to chaos, demands listeners decide reason for themselves. In the age of manufactured authenticity, we're left to decipher art like archaeologists in a landfill, hoping to find purpose amidst the clutter.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Monday, the 15th of June, 2026. The day when everything you knew was wrong. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you probably think the moon landing was staged on a cheese wheel. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.